Initiating login sequence. Welcome to Alyx's world.
Hello all, and welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and thank you guys for being here. I almost didn't go live due to my old LCD computer monitor crapping out earlier this morning. It's just sitting right there. Oh, that bitch slapped that fucking monitor for going out on me. Yeah, it stopped working, so I was scared and went into panic mode to get me another monitor. Luckily for me, I found one. So, everything looks good. Please let me know if there's anything out of whack. Is it the quality? Is it the microphone? I think everything should be fine. But yeah, that was my morning, just finding a different screen to see what the hell I'm doing. Then I see we have an active shooter now. Freaking active shooter in Michigan. Jesus Christ, man. And you would think we'd be used to it because it happens every other day, but no. Train derailments. I don't know what that is. Train derailments. All kinds of just craziness happening. And then your boy, of course, has to get into his own personal drama, too. It just wasn't a good day for me, y'all. We'll get to the wrestling, I promise. It's just... what I do on here, I do because I love it. I know I'm not the most viewed YouTuber on here. I know I'm not perfect. I know I say and do things that might not always be correct. And when they are correct, I always do my best to correct myself. You know, I always make apologies when they need to be made. I always want to create the safest space. And I mean that. When I say this is a safe space, I mean that. Like, when you're around me, I want you to feel like you can be yourself. You can enjoy wrestling. You can enjoy whatever the hell you want. So, it really does bother me when I don't create that feeling for others. And instead of, letting it go and just saying, hey man, I'm just not for you, I'm the type of person that's like, okay, what am I doing wrong? What's up, man? What do you need me to do? And see, I gotta stop doing that. I gotta stop being that person that's just like, all right, how can I mold and shift myself to make you happy? I cannot do that anymore. I cannot. I have my own views, my own opinions. I let it be known. If you see something that is inaccurate, you let me know, but be respectful. I don't take disrespect from anybody. People who are bigger than me, people who are not as big as me. I treat people how I want to be treated. And when people don't give me that respect back, I see ya. My entire energy was drained while watching Raw. I was enjoying the show. The show was good. Listen here. I enjoyed wrestling in terms of what we got with Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn. All the matches were solid, except the main event. Quite frankly, that triple threat was not great. But listen, for the most part, Raw was good. And I think ultimately, I am more hyped than ever to see Sami Zayn fight Roman Reigns. I do not think they could get me any more hyped than I am now. It's really, really hard to fuck with my energy. But it happened today. So do know, if I come across a little low or just down, I apologize. I'm trying to hide it, and you won't notice it. when I get to the rest of the review. It's going to be energy in your face. And if you're wondering what's going on, I'm going to keep it vague because I am not the kind of person that starts drama. I don't start drama. Okay? I don't start drama. That's not who I am. I never have, and I never will. Okay? But you guys know I always keep it real. You subscribe to me for authenticity. You know? You want me to be authentic? You got it. Your boy did not have the best day today. But I'm still here to give you what you want, which is your Raw review. The go-home show for Raw when it comes to Elimination Chamber 2023, which is looking like an extremely stacked card. I'm excited about that card. I am. So, we got some other stuff to talk about. We'll talk about Cody Rhodes on Ariel Helwani's podcast. Konnan caught some heat for a statement he made towards Konosuke Takeshita, basically telling him, you're not Mexican, stick to your own nationality, because he used the frog splash. We'll talk about that in a second, I promise. And then we'll get to the Raw review. Then I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. Okay? I'm drained, I'm tired. I honestly just want to get a snack and just watch some anime, if you guys don't mind. But I'm here to talk about Raw. Let's pay these bills, get right to the show. And can't forget about this. I will be crowning, excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. Someone was calling me. I will be crowning new moderators on Saturday. Big event. Big thing. I always introduce new mods around this time. We're going to crown three new mods this upcoming Saturday. And I'm excited to make that announcement. So we'll get to it when we get to it. But other than that, y'all, thank y'all so much for being here. Let's pay these bills, get right to the show. If this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. While you're at it, help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership. Click that join button and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks if you would like to donate after the fact. You can also, sorry if I'm leaning this way and this way, but I can't see what I'm trying to click here. You can also like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, and give me a follow on TikTok. For I am the tickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo, and your super chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live on the air. Email me at justalyxsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi, and please get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Get you an old school The Last Man t-shirt, get you a new school Alex's World t-shirt, but most importantly, get you a blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie. America, the remix t-shirt made by It's J Knox and Firestar Heart. All of this down below in the description box. And ladies and gentlemen, today's sponsor is Audible. Get you Audible on the go today. Listen to your favorite books, audiobooks. Listen to your favorite podcasts. Whatever you like to listen to, Audible is the place to get it. And I can get you a free trial right now of Audible. How, Sway? Well, I'm glad you asked. How's about we get a quick word from our sponsor? And then, of course, we'll get to some shoutouts. Today's video is sponsored by Audible. Audible is the leading provider of audiobooks. They have over 180,000 audiobooks to choose from, including books written by wrestling legends like Chris Jericho, Mick Foley, Bryan Danielson, Drew McIntyre, and Jim Ross. Today, if you visit www.audibletrial.com, just Alyx, you can get one free audiobook of your choosing. Audible is the best place for audiobooks, and I cannot recommend it enough. In my time, I've listened to Chris Jericho's The Best in the World and Bryan Danielson's Yes books, both narrated by them personally. And here's the best part. Even if your membership wears out or you just aren't satisfied with the product, you can cancel your free trial at any time, and your audiobooks are yours to keep. So again, go to audibletrial.com, just Alyx, and begin your journey today.
How many segments of the year are WWE gonna give?
Man, who
Open
knows?
mouth smile.
Man, who knows, man? That's a question even I have a hard time asking or answering, because this is getting ridiculous. It's like every single show now is having a segment of the year. A banger after banger after banger. Thank you all for joining me here. I appreciate you guys for okay, let me go ahead and cut this right now. Guys, don't insult anybody in my live chat. Like I said, this isn't the place for that. Whatever's going on between me and whoever is between me and whoever. I don't need you guys picking sides. This is a safe space. This isn't them versus me or me versus them. I don't do issues. We don't do public disputes. Whatever issue that other person has with me, that's with them. Okay? I don't hold grudges. So if my energy bothers someone, fine. Cool. Sometimes I can be a little aggressive. Like, I can be stubborn with my opinions, especially with wrestling. And you can't just tell me something and go, well, if you don't agree with me, then you're wrong. I'm like, okay, then I'll be wrong. Let me be wrong. Let me find out that I'm wrong. And so then when it happens, I can then turn around and go, okay, I'll eat my crow with hot sauce and be like, I was wrong. But that's between me and whoever it is. Do not start any drama in the live chat, please. Don't be insulting nobody. Don't be doing all that. Be better than that. We are better than that here. I know everyone else is going to start it. I don't give a shit what anyone else is doing. I don't give a shit what everyone else does. We don't do that. We got to be bigger than that. Okay, 2023, we here to talk about wrestling. Simple as that. I really appreciate if you guys honor me that way. I appreciate the support. I appreciate you being here for me. But do not carry that hate. Do not carry that drama. We are here to talk about wrestling. So I want to see nothing but wrestling talk in the live chat. Okay? Thank you. I appreciate that. So while you're here, please be sure to like the video. Like the video, everyone. Like the video. Get them likes up. Help boost that algorithm. Because the more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. And while you're at it, show some love to the moderators. Ultra, Shine Nice and Fire Heart, Elias Demi, and Godzilla Hawk, who help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you. They won't be the only moderators that I'll be naming in the future. Trust me. We got 3 more coming this Saturday. Now, I just played one super chat. Let me be sure there's no more here. Nope, there's no more. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the shout-outs here. I see Xavier Jackson, YouTube member Xavier Jackson is here. Carlos Morenso. Of course, we got Cleo Does Everything. Everything in the house. Good to have you here, sir. I think I saw one more. I'm pretty sure he was here. I don't want to miss him. Oh, couldn't be Blackman, of course. Always the regulars showing up. All right, so super chats, get them in. I'll let them play while I'm doing the shout outs. So let me go to the beginning here and just start giving them the love, spreading the love. Big Gib GM kicking things off. Kyle, Snowy Pill, Hades,
I love Roman, but just give the belts to Sami on Saturday. Eddie and Bray won the championships the month before WrestleMania and the moments still hit.
Facts. Man, I got a lot to say. I got so much I want to say when it comes to that, man. For real, like, it was such a good segment. It was such a good segment. All right, back to shoutouts. JoJo, Taryn Jones, Anthony Diaz, Mr. Anthony White. We also got Tyreek Anderson. That's a new one. Tyreek Anderson. Alyx, you are the best wrestling channel here on YouTube. Thank you so much, sir. JJ Bulldog. This was really a great Raw. Like I said before, segment storylines over wrestling any day. You need both. Both of them need to be high. That's just my opinion. Bowler Gamer TV. From Brawl Town, Mr. Robert Brown, Christopher Carter, of course, Cerebral Assassin, Christopher Carter. I think I see Minako 42, Isaiah Sanchez, Rawcuz 99, Phantasmo, YouTube member Phantasmo, John Beal II, and the last one's gonna go to Joe Arredondo. Thank you all so much for being here. I want you guys to know I appreciate your support. Thank you for keeping it clean. Thank you for keeping it about the wrestling. All right, that's what I want to talk about. There's too much good shit happening right now to let any kind of drama, any kind of bullshit get to you. So, here we go. We're going to kick things off, ladies and gentlemen. Konnan has gone on record to express his distaste, his disgruntlement, if that's a word I can use, for one Konosuke Takeshita, who on Dynamite this past Wednesday had an excellent match with MJF in El Paso, Texas. And in that match, he did his own little tribute to Latino Heat Eddie Guerrero with a frog splash, and also a little bit of a Latino shake too, some Latino heat. Well, Konnan took umbrage with this. And I don't know if this was on his podcast or he just said it in an interview, but I'm going to assume it was on his podcast. But there is this clip going around, not even a clip, this text going around of what he said. And I would like to read that to you, word for word, so we can get into it. So here's what Konnan had to say. And I apologize once again for my for these being not in order, because simply this is a new screen and the sizes need to be adjusted. But I think we're good for the most part. All right. But here we go. Let's talk about it. Konnan had this to say about Konosuke Takeshita using the frog splash. He got heat with me. And he's lucky I wasn't in El Paso. When he went up to do that effing Eddie Guerrero thing for the frog splash, you're not Mexican, dude. Stick to your nationality. Oh, man. Well, in honor of K-Dog. Yo, let me speak on this. Órale, arriba la raza. Yo, homie, what is going on, man? Really? I was baffled when I read this online. I didn't want to believe it. I'm thinking, did they make that up? No, it's not made up. He actually said that. And so to me, it's ridiculous that no one can use the frog splash but Eddie Guerrero, apparently. Like, you do know Eddie took that move from his former tag team partner, right? I'm just saying. And yes, I know Eddie is an all-time great, and to me, he left us too soon. So, I know people are very sensitive and very passionate when it comes to Eddie. I do not fault one bit Konnan getting a little passionate about someone using Eddie's move. But at the same time, my dude, that frog splash is not just exclusive to Eddie. Rob Van Dam, to me, to this day, has the greatest frog splash out of anybody. He's not Eddie. He's not Mexican. Kevin Owens has a great frog splash. Seth Rollins has a great frog splash. Sasha Banks did the frog splash. Last I checked, none of them were Mexican. I'm pretty sure there have been plenty of frog splashes done in wrestling before and after Eddie. Why is Takeshita getting heat? Because he's Asian? So that's too far. Takeshita gets heat. Takeshita. No one else. Listen here. I respect K-Dog, but this ain't it, Chief. This ain't it. Like, people are roasting him on social media right now. He should be roasted. Because that's insane. That is absolutely insane. That is ridiculous. Seriously, it is the dumbest thing I could have ever heard someone in the business say. Do not, I don't want to say copyright. We do not have a right to tell people what they can or cannot do. All right? We don't need to go out of our way to stop everyone from doing a frog splash just because you feel like only Eddie should be doing it. That's not how it goes, man. As long as they're doing it right, quite frankly, every frog splash is a tribute to Eddie Guerrero. Every time I see a frog splash, Latino heat. Every time Ray does one, just because Ray and Dom were the closest to Eddie doesn't mean it's only exclusive to them. And when did we get to the point where we're telling wrestlers you have to be a certain nationality to do a move? What? My dude, if it's good and it looks great and convincing, why not do it? The only time I would be insulted is if it looked bad and it sucked. But most of the people that did the frog splash made it look real good. Even D'Lo Brown's frog splash was dope. Man, I'm sorry. I can't agree with Konnan here. I personally think Homeboy is tripping. And he's got some bad blood. Bad blood with Kenosuke Takeshita for some reason, and I don't understand it. And we got people literally naming all the wrestlers. I love when Leo Rush does his frog splash. As much as I don't want to give him credit for it, Logan Paul does a good frog splash. But none of them do a better frog splash than Rob Van Dam. Period. End of story. I don't get it. I didn't know there was this unwritten rule that only Mexicans could use the frog splash. I just think that's dumb. So, hey, all due respect, I disagree. But hey, I've been disagreeing with people all day and getting heat for it. So let's see how much I can get for this one. Give me your thoughts about that down below. Next piece of news comes from Ariel Helwani. Now, Ariel Helwani did an interview with Cody Rhodes today. And I want to play a clip of what he had to say when asked about CM Punk. Yeah, Ariel Helwani asked Cody Rhodes about CM Punk. And I want to go ahead and play this clip and react to it. Because last I checked, Cody didn't really say much about the scrum when it happened. I think he's been pretty silent, pretty quiet about it. Mostly because he's in WWE now, but that's not saying he couldn't address it. Well, he was asked about it, so he finally did address it. So let's play this clip, and then, of course, you will get my reaction. So take it away, Cody.
Gosh, like, even if you remember when he came back, everyone was fired up about that. Everybody. So when I watched it, just from my sitting there, I was not. There were some people texting me. I remember somebody texting me, "Man, you're the smartest guy in the room," and I wanted to write back like, "F you, man. Like, I don't feel that way. I feel this thing we built got damaged, and I'm not putting any blame on anybody." Sorry, I was super Switzerland in this moment.
No, I get it.
I'm not putting any blame on anybody, but I just hated seeing that because as the company grows, and I hope it continues to grow, I hope people remember the mission in the first place, why we were there. And if you bring in people who don't know the mission, then things like that can happen. And I'm not saying he didn't know the mission or anything of that nature, but I was just bummed out. That's how I felt. I was bummed out because you win a title, it's a feather in your cap. You win the Royal Rumble, it's a feather in your cap. Building an alternative wrestling promotion is definitely a feather in the cap. I don't want that to be erased. I don't want that to go away. Plus, there's not as many jobs in wrestling as people think. There's about 1,000 people who work there, structurally, infrastructure, and talent. I'm proud of them, and I want to make sure they're able to feed their families. And that was a situation that was so big and heavy. I don't think it was helpful, right? And I don't know, maybe you could make it helpful, maybe you can do something with it, but it was just, that's how I felt. No heat on Punk, no heat on Matt, Nick, Kinney, or Tony. I was just bummed out when I saw it. That's not how we envisioned it. If you were at All In, were you at All In?
No.
All right, the spirit of All In. If you ever lose the spirit, you're lost.
Right.
And I think the spirit was gone in that moment. Doesn't mean you can't get it back. But it was just a bummer. I also felt weird because I always talk to everybody. So I was like, I don't want to make it look like I'm taking any sides here, you know? Like, I'm literally just an observer now. I'm not there, guys. No connections, other than the initial connections.
So, you can go watch the full podcast if you want. I just wanted to play that one clip. He talked about other things as well. His WrestleMania feud with Roman Reigns. He talked about Sami Zayn. Matter of fact, we're going to talk about him endorsing Sami Zayn in just a second, but he endorsed Sami on this podcast. He literally said that he is completely okay with Sami being in the main event. As in, triple threat. He's completely okay with him, Roman, and Sami closing the show. If that's what the fans want, then yeah. Sure, Kevin Owens gets robbed of his WrestleMania moment, but if the fans want Sami, give it to Sami. You know what I mean? I think, ultimately, what he had to say about CM Punk and the all-out media scrum, it's one thing for us to say it was a black mark on the company, but it's another thing to hear one of the EVPs, one of the founders say that damaged the company. That damaged the company. And he was very diplomatic. He didn't say it was all CM Punk's fault, because I'm seeing too much of that. Everyone's picking a side, saying it's all CM Punk's fault, it's all the Elite's fault. I have been one of the only few that have said everyone involved deserves blame here. Everyone involved looks like an idiot. Everybody. It ain't CM Punk's fault. It ain't the Elite's fault. All of them. Every single one of them look terrible. And Cody has been the one to say, look, I'm not going to put this all on one person, but I feel like AEW in that moment lost its spirit. It lost its way. It forgot what it was there for. There was a little line in there, you probably didn't catch it, where he said, don't hire people who don't understand the vision. Now that can be construed as him saying, I don't know why you brought in CM Punk, but I didn't take it that way. I think he was just generally saying, don't bring in people that are just there to cause drama. And I agree with him, man. I think Cody deep down still does love AEW. And yeah, although he went to WWE to be the top guy, let's just call it like it is. He saw an opportunity to be the top guy, and he took it, and it's working out for him. Congrats. I don't think he hates AEW. I think genuinely he still wants it to succeed. Because, again, we need a secondary wrestling promotion. We need that alternative. Wrestling cannot be great if it's just one show. It also helps that he created it. So, of course, anything Cody created, he wants to do good. And I'm not knocking him, making him feel like an asshole, trying to insult him, because we all have ego. He should be proud of that. Yeah, I don't want this to look bad because I made it. You know what I mean? But this just goes to enforce what I've always been saying. I feel like to really get over this hump, you gotta bring CM Punk back, and you gotta make lemonade out of it. Even Cody mentioned this, maybe you can take it, maybe you can make some good out of it. You don't want that black mark to remain a black mark on you. And I do think, based off of CM Punk's teasing on Instagram, his stories basically hinting at him coming back, I do think eventually you bring CM Punk back. And I do think eventually you do that feud with him, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. You got to. The best time to do it for me is after WrestleMania. Because that's going to be a dry spell after Mania. That is the time to bring Punk back in. Late April, May, Double or Nothing, that's the time to bring Punk back in, and then it's off to the races. You can do so much with Punk the Elite. Like, just imagining CM Punk in the ring with Kenny Omega. Money. But I was very surprised how open and candid he was to express himself about that. And, you know, it just goes to show you once and for all that Cody, at the end of the day, he is a wrestling fan. And I feel like we don't have enough of those people in wrestling anymore. There's too many people involved that just want to do it for the money. There's not enough people who actually love what they do. And I think Cody is one of those that he absolutely loves what he is doing. And it's nice to see. So, man, give me your thoughts about what Cody had to say. If you saw the entire interview, give me your thoughts about that too. Let me play this super chat really quickly before I get to the Raw review. Just to kind of put a little space in between.
Where was he when Sasha Banks and Logan Paul did the Three Amigos? Lol.
Craziness, man. I don't know. Y'all tell me. I respect Konnan. I'm not going to say he's not an all-time great, but you have to really, really, really hate somebody to want to say you can't use the frog splash. Stick to your nationality, my dude. That ain't it. That ain't it, man. All right, Monday Night Raw. Another sellout, man. Another sellout in Brooklyn, New York, of course. Great crowd. They were loud. Of course, it's Brooklyn. Like, when you talk about best wrestling crowds, best wrestling cities, Brooklyn's either number 1 or number 2. Now, Chicago is notorious for being number 1. Yeah, absolutely. Brooklyn is either 1 or 2. Depends on the night. But they showed out tonight. They were hyped for a good majority of the show. I'll say that. I'm not going to go in order. Quite frankly, I just want to talk about one main segment, and I think you all know what that segment is. We all agree that that was the best thing about the show. So, if you guys don't mind, can we get to that first? Let's do that first. Let's talk about Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes, which I thought, this segment, holy crap. We have had some of the greatest segments I have ever seen in the last month or so, involving Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes, Paul Heyman, and Roman Reigns. And you know what? I'll give them their props. Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, and many others involved. This has been one of the best storylines told, period. And I am personally privileged to be a part of the people having a platform to talk about it. Now, when Sami Zayn entered that ring, and he called out Cody, I was like, what? Is this what we doing? Now, I've said this before. I have been one of the people that have said, if you want to protect Cody, keep him far away from Sami Zayn. Because, again, me being someone that's been through some rough patches in WWE history. I have sat through some of the worst television. I have sat through Vince McMahon for decades. There's some trauma built in there. Okay? There's some built-in trauma there. So, I always imagine a segment under Vince McMahon. And the way Vince writes segments, he always writes it in a way where certain people come off as heels when they shouldn't. And so I was like, oh man, I don't want Cody to go up against Sami because people will start to realize that Sami's more over than Cody. But then I forgot who's running the show. Triple H is running the show. Triple H knows how, and first off, knows when to let these stars do what they gotta do. He knows how to set to set it up. He knows how to drive it. He knows how to construct these segments to where everybody gets over. And that's what we got tonight. I thought, when it was all said and done, I thought both Cody and Sami became even bigger stars once this segment was done. This was masterful. It was amazing. Cody came out, and the first thing he did was reiterate to Sami I support you. I believe that you can beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. And Sami, being who he is like, listen, man, I don't know if I can beat him. I don't know if I can beat Roman Reigns. We all know it's not going to happen. But from a character standpoint, you would think he would be like, y'all, you kidding me? You kidding? You know who we're talking about? This is Roman Reigns. I don't think I can beat him. My goodness, man. Like, the way he was able to sell it, the way he was able to sound so human, to sound so organic, it was... Let me tell you something, man. There are very few people that I've seen that can work the microphone like Sami Zayn does. He comes across so genuine. He comes across realistic. He reminds me, I'm not saying he's as good, but he reminds me of Mick Foley. Mick Foley was able to really, really hook you with his words. He was able to get you to sympathize with him. And Sami, he's proven day by day that he's just as good as Mick Foley was. Maybe not, at that same, I just literally said he's just as good as Mick Foley was. He's never going to be at the level of Mick Foley. I should probably retract that statement. But he can tell a story like no other. But what I love what they did with this segment is Cody Rhodes is going to fight Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. There's no changing that. You're not going to get around it. We already know that's the direction of the story. But what I love what they did with Cody is that instead of drawing the attention away from the main event, they had him go out there and say, you know what? Fuck this. I think you can beat Roman. I would love to fight you at WrestleMania. He went all in and endorsed Sami Zayn. And by doing that, you remove all reason for fans to hate him. Because back in the past with Vince McMahon, if it was John Cena, if it was Roman Reigns, they go out there and be like, psh, you don't got what it takes, but I'll get the job done. No, Cody basically said, listen, man, these people believe in you. You're going to be in Montreal. Everyone in the world wants you to win, and so do I. By making him relatable, by making him that guy to say, look, I'm not going to doubt your skills. As a matter of fact, I am going to be your cheerleader and tell you, not only do I think you can beat Roman Reigns, I would love to fight you at WrestleMania. And the way Cody sold that was magnificent. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. And by the end of the segment, not gonna lie, I was at the point now where I was like, damn, I want to see this match. Like, real talk, I was like, I want to see Cody versus Sami. It's not gonna happen, which sucks. We might get it sometime down the line. But it really does suck that these guys were able to sell me on this match, and I already had to be brought back to reality that Sami is just not going to be that guy. He's going to have to, lose to Roman so then he can have his feud with Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso, which, by all means has every possibility of being just as big. But man, tonight was another indication where I was like, what if? What if? I know Sami's not going to beat Roman, but motherfucker, what if he did? What if he did? Man, what a moment that would be in Montreal. We all know what's going to happen. We all know that Jey Uso is going to screw him over, and then we get Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. We know it's coming. But damn, does that suck. This storyline is so good. And I'm seeing more and more people say, that it should get an Emmy. It's going to be so good that it should win an Emmy. Usually I'd be like, guys, stop over-exaggerating. But you know what? If people are saying this is so good it can win an Emmy, I'm not going to tell them no. Not this storyline. Any other storyline, I'd be like, okay, calm down. But here, no. You want to say it needs to win an Emmy, I'm not going to say anything else. I mean, if Sasha Banks and fucking Bianca Belair can win an ESPY. Why not? Man, what an excellent segment. It once again proved once and for all why Cody is the right choice. And I've said it since day one. Cody is the guy. Stick with him. Stick with him. Yeah, give me your thoughts, man. This segment was fantastic. I mean, I can go over it really quickly just to kind of just recap what they said. Sami Zayn enters the ring, interrupting a backstage segment with Baron Corbin. Oh, that was hilarious. And he says he's not here to hold up the show, but he has something he needs to say. Calls out Cody Rhodes. Adrenaline. Sami gets in the ring and welcomes Cody. And Cody's all like, "So, Sami, what do you want to talk about?" So is that your tag? Is that your tagline now, Cody? What do you guys want to talk about? Yeah, but then Zayn says one moment has been playing in his mind over and over since Cody said it, and it's going to be the two of them at WrestleMania, Sami and Cody. He's like, "Dude, I need to hear from you. Do you believe I can beat Roman?" And that's when you get Cody basically giving him the rah-rah speech, the cheerleading speech. I believe it, they believe it, but you don't seem to believe it. Sami's all like, "Man, look, it's Roman Reigns. He's already toughened up by himself, but outside of that, he has the fucking bloodline, bro. That thing about Roman being on God mode, that ain't just a tagline. He is one of the best out there." And then Cody said, "Hold on for a goddamn minute. No, he's not. He is a man. Yeah, it's great. Print it, put it on a t-shirt, but he's a man. And like any man, he can be cracked open, and Sami can crack him open." Cody was told one thing. He said, "Finish your story." Cody was told when he came out to WWE, he came out to WWE to finish his story. I'm going to finish my story at WrestleMania. Sami Zayn, you need to finish yours. The perfect line. The perfect line. Cody Rhodes said, "I came here to do what's right by my father." This story with you getting your revenge on the bloodline, Sami, that's your story. Finish your story. Powerful. Such an awesome goddamn segment. One of the reasons why I love wrestling. So give me your thoughts, man. Such an awesome segment. Nothing came close to it. I'm not gonna lie. Nothing came close. The only thing that was, I guess, close to being as noteworthy was the contract signing between Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. Essentially, Brock Lesnar went out there, and then Bobby had security come out before him, and then he was up on stage he was on the ramp, and then he was sitting on a table that he brought out by himself, playing mind games with Brock, basically telling Brock, "I don't know if I want to sign it. Kind of don't feel like it. I don't need to. I've already made you my bitch." And Brock's like, "If you don't get your ass in here." By the way, Brooklyn starts chanting, "Bobby scared. Bobby scared." Something along the lines. Bobby scared, something like that, I guess. But yeah, they start basically hounding Bobby for not getting inside the ring. And then Bobby said, "You come out here and face me, bitch." And then Brock obliged. Got out there, ran through security, only to be bulldozed over by Bobby. He hit him with a backdrop, and then hit him with a spear. Then he signed the contract, and then he walked away. Now, what I thought was interesting was Bobby was booed. Throughout the last 3 months, Bobby has been one of the top baby faces. I think he's still a baby face, right? But yeah, he's one of the top baby faces of the entire roster. Every time he comes face to face with Brock, he gets booed. That's interesting to me. I think by the time this feud is over with, that's going to change. I do see Bobby going over Brock. I don't... Tell you what, I'm going to say that for my Elimination Chamber preview and predictions. But let me say this. What they do at Chamber will not be the last time you see Bobby and Brock. I have a feeling we're getting one more at WrestleMania. How we get there? You have to check out my preview and predictions to find out. The rest of the show was, look, the main event, I'm not hating on Becky, Bayley, and Bianca, but honestly, when they made that match at the beginning of the show, because I was thinking they were coming out to set up a triple threat. I was thinking they were going to set up Damage Control, that's Io Sky, Bayley, and Dakota Kai taking on Becky, and then of course Trish and Lita.
The WWE CU is going crazy right now.
WWE CU? Fun stuff. Now, I'm pretty sure I turned off Super Chats. I don't know why that's still going on. But let me fix this here. Yeah, what's going on with Streamlabs, man? Anyways, sorry about that. But yeah, I thought Becky and Bayley were coming out to set up a triple threat, a six women's tag match. Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky versus Damage Control. I'm guessing we're saving that for WrestleMania? Yeah, that's most likely a WrestleMania match. You don't want to give that away. They probably still could. I don't know. But, no, they just basically said, okay, Becky and Bayley, y'all are fighting each other in the main event against Bianca. And whoever wins gets added to the Chamber match as the 7th entry? As soon as they made the match, I'm like, there's no way either one of them's winning. And, long and behold, it didn't happen. None of them won. Essentially, what happened was the triple threat was no DQ, so it was all mayhem. You had Damage Control go out there, and then the Elimination Chamber participants went out there. Bodies went flying. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies. And then Bianca got the pin. 1, 2, 3. That was it. Like, nothing else happened. I don't know what else to tell you. Quite frankly, other stuff on this show mattered more than what they did with the women. I'm just like, yeah, nothing was advanced with Becky and Damage Control tonight. It's just they tried to get in the chamber and they both failed. That's weird. Yeah, I didn't like that. You know what I mean? It was just one of those things where what they did didn't really do anything. It didn't hurt it, but it didn't make it better either. Judgment Day defeated Street Profits with a little help. Afterwards, Edge and Beth Phoenix came out, only to be blindsided by Rhea Ripley. As you guys know, Finn Balor and Rhea will be taking on Edge and Beth Phoenix this Saturday. So that's gonna be a fun match. I'm expecting that to be really, really good. We'll talk about that in my preview later on. Piper Niven defeats Mi-Chan, aka Mia Yim, in a squash match, and she won with the Black Hole Slam, which she's calling apparently the Loch Ness Slam. So Black Hole Slam, Loch Ness Slam. I mean, sounds cool to me. I ain't bitching about that. Alright, Baron Corbin. So Baron Corbin was interrupted by Cody and Sami because no one gives a fuck. And that's the bookie. He's a jobber. But afterwards, after the promo with Cody and Sami, Baron Corbin starts bad-mouthing Sami and bad-mouthing Cody, saying Cody Rhodes ain't shit, he's a loser, and his dad ain't shit. Cody heard him, literally attacked him, drug his ass to the ring in his suit, got a referee out there, and then beat him. He took off his dress shirt, yeah, but he beat him in his suit. Corbin is such a jobber that he's not even worth people getting ready for him anymore. He's losing literally in minutes to Cody in his suit. They burying the hell out of Corbin, and I love it. And I don't toss that word around a lot. I know people like to say, you're buried because you lost. Nah. Corbin's getting buried. Clearly. And I love it. I think it's great. Where it's going, I have no idea. We'll find out. Let me see here. I think after this it was that cross-brand 6 women's tag. Yeah, Asuka, Carmella, and Nikki Cross versus Liv Morgan, Natalya, and Raquel Gonzalez. Raquel Rodriguez. So, if I'm being honest with you, the best part about this was Asuka. Because Asuka got in there, and somewhere in the middle of the match, Asuka just said, you know what, fuck all y'all. And starts beating up everybody. She beats up every single, even her teammates. She beat up Nikki Cross. She beat up Carmella. She beat up Liv Morgan. She beat up Natalya. And she beat up Raquel. And then she made Liv Morgan tap out. Asuka said, I don't like none of y'all. Triple H knows exactly what he's doing. He is shoving her over like a motherfucker. And I love it. I'm happy Asuka's back. But yeah, she won the match for her team, I guess. Backstage, we see Alpha Academy with a hot dog. Alyx is eating a hot dog and he's talking, and quite frankly, it feels like we're slowly but surely going back to heavy machinery Otis. Because he's got look at this meat, man. You know what I mean? Get in my... No, sorry. But yeah, you get that idea. He's going back to that personality he had. And Chad Gable feels like a babyface. And I love it. Anyways, the Maximum Male models came up to him. And they all said, we want to make you a model. And I saw this and went, this is so hokey. So hokey that I love it. I love this. Yes, this is an undercard feud. You know what? It's fun. Fuck it. Maximum Male models are a joke. Why not have some fun with them? I would love to see them do some stuff with Otis, trying to make him a model, and then have some comedy segments lined up for us. There is potential for comedy here. Why not? Why not? Let's see what happens. If they're gonna be on the show, can we at least do something with them that's gonna be entertaining? Right? Now let's let this play out. Let's see what happens. Oh my goodness, Bronson Reed versus Mustafa Ali. Guess who won this match? Go ahead, guess. Ali. No, I'm joking. It's Bronson Reed. Holy shit, he destroyed Ali. There was a spot in the match where Ali tried to go for a crossbody. Bronson Reed carried his ass to the outside of the ring and hurled him over the barricade into a chair. God damn. And then he fucking squashed him with that tsunami. Listen here. Again, we'll talk about it when we get to the preview. I have a feeling that Austin Theory is not walking out of Chamber with the championship. And I think Bronson Reed would have something to do with that. I mean, if I'm gonna bring him in and establish him as a monster, like, I can see Bronson Reed versus Solo Sikoa being like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like a big hoss fight type of match. So you want to protect him as much as possible. So I'm excited to see what they do with Bronson Reed. I personally would have him go in there and just run through everybody. But we'll get to my preview this week, and you'll hear my actual prediction. But if it was up to me, Bronson Reed would have won that U.S. title. Because he's so good. Miz TV segment with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins comes out in some crazy-ass boots. And they look good. I'm not going to lie. Let me pull it up really quickly. I can't hate on Seth Rollins when he's able to rock these goddamn boots. Real talk. Like, real talk. I thought Seth looked like a freaking pro. He looked so goddamn good, man. He did. So let me find this really quickly. Yo, check out these boots. Check them out, man. Check these out. Look at... The fuck? Looks like the type of shoes that Sora wears from Kingdom Hearts. Looks like the type of shoes that Mario wears. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna lie though, they look kind of hot. Seth Rollins looks pretty dope in those shoes. I'm not even gonna hate on him. He looks pretty good. But yeah, this segment with The Miz was interesting. So, Miz brought him out to talk about Logan Paul. Seth is like, I want to talk about Chamber. And Miz is like, no, bitch. He threw you out of the ring. You had a lot to say about him on Instagram and Pat McAfee's podcast. Why don't you want to talk about it? And he's like, you know what? Mike? Oh, he broke character. Oh, God, he called him Mike. You know, like, I gotta say, Seth Rollins is demonstrating a lot of similarities to CM Punk when he breaks character like that. Nothing wrong with it, but with as much shit he says about Punk, he does a lot of shit similar to him. Anyways, he breaks character. He basically says what he's always been saying about Logan Paul. He doesn't respect him. He doesn't like him. No one thinks he's all that great. He doesn't really love wrestling like he does. He's just using WrestleMania to promote his name, to really get him over as, you know, as this egotistical maniac that he is. And that's what it is. He doesn't care about wrestling. He just cares about his brand and himself. And so he doesn't want to talk about him. And then Miz, you know, tried to make it seem like you're jealous. And then Seth said, you're a dumbass, bitch. You dumbass, bitch. And then that's when Austin Theory hits the ring and Seth Rollins lays their asses out. Lays them both out. Because he's Seth freaking Rollins. And then afterwards we have... Let me do it one time. We had... My name is Rick. BOOGS. Bring his ass out and curl slam Miz and pin him 1, 2, 3. I love me some Rick Boogs. There's something about him that's just so charismatic and so fun. I don't know about y'all, but I enjoyed it. Let me see if there's anything else I missed here. I think that's everything. There was a Judgment Day segment where in the background we see MVP talking to Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander, you know, trying to reunite the Hubness. You like to see it. And I think after that, we had Bayley, Becky Lynch, and Bianca Belair, their triple threat. And it was alright. That ending wasn't very good, though. I have a serious problem with matches that, you know, look rehearsed. They weren't trying to hit each other. They were trying to protect each other. But it's just like, y'all, lay it in. Lay it in, please. Don't fake hit each other because you're trying to protect each other. Fuck that shit. Hit me. You know what I mean? I know it's easy for me to say because I'm not a wrestler, but if I was a wrestler, I'd be like, hit me. But yeah. Other than the last half hour, I suppose, this was a really good episode of Raw. Really got you invested into Chamber this weekend, excuse me. 2 more live streams. We got AEW, and then we'll get the preview of AEW's Chamber on Friday after Rampage. We'll do that after Rampage. And then, of course, on Saturday, it's the big event. We'll be doing a review of Chamber immediately afterwards. And I do appreciate your time for continuing to support me and make me part of your day. I'm just here for peace, y'all. That's it. I don't want to start any drama. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. But motherfucker, you know, treat people how you want to be treated. And that's it. Treat people how you want to be treated. Is that too hard to ask for? That goes for everybody here. But bless you all. God bless you all. Thank you all for making me a part of your day. As you follow out, do all the YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe, click the bell, catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. And then, of course, buy the t-shirt, donate, PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo, and all that. But you guys are amazing. I love you all. And always know, no matter where you are, whenever you're watching, you are welcomed right here in Alyx's world. A place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. You guys are awesome. Talk to you later. Peace.